Right, nice one here. Detective accused of forging. Detective 50 who forged signatures on a witness statement during murder investigation is found guilty and faces jail. This is from the 14th of August 21, which is about 10 days ago. No, about a week ago. An experienced detective faces jail after he was today convicted of forging the signature of a key witness in a murder trial investigation. DC Robert Ferro faked signatures on several pages of a witness statement so he could fill it in himself while investigating the murder of mother of 5, Lucy Ann Rushton. Ms. Rushton's estranged husband, Sean Dyson, was jailed for life to serve a minimum of 17 years for the murder in December 2019. DC Ferro took a statement from Ashley Grace O'Neill, Dyson's best friend, on the day Ms. Rushton was found at her home in Andover, Hants. But when the witness asked to leave, DC Ferro suggested he signed blank witness statements pages so the detective could finish transcribing text messages between him and Dyson. There he is. Mr. Grace O'Neill agreed, but when he returned to the police station the next day to check his statement, he noticed that some of the pages which bore his signature were not signed by him. The witness described some of the other signatures as imitations and some as definitely not him. The key statement had to be taken again. Today, at Winchester Crown Court, Hants, the 50-year-old detective, was found guilty following a 5-day trial by unanimous decision after a jury spent 2 hours deliberating. DC Ferro bowed his head as he was convicted of making a false instrument with intent for it to be accepted as genuine under the Forgery and Counterfeiting Act 1981. The crime carries a maximum sentence of 10 years imprisonment. He will be sentenced at Winchester Crown Court in September. I'll be sure for a follow-up of that. There he is, look. Charmer. During the trial, Robert Bryan was prosecuting and told jurors Mr. Grace O'Neill was at Andover Police Station giving his witness statement on June 23, 2019. Mr. Bryan explained that Mr. Grace O'Neill forwarded screenshots of the text messages between himself and Dyson to FC Bureau, but when the officer said he needed to write these up as well, they came to an agreement. Mr. Bryan told the court after between 90 minutes and 2 hours, the officer who was taking the witness statement said he also needed to write into the witness statement every single text message that had gone between Mr. Grace O'Neill and Sean Dyson. He asked if he could return the next day after the officer had transcribed the text messages to check it as truthful and accurate and sign it. DC Ferro described it as, "If I'm only copying it out, do you want to sign a couple of blank pages and I would be able to write it out?" He said, "I still want to come down and read it to check it if it's okay," and the officer said it would be fine to do that. However, Mr. Bryan explained the 23-page witness statement, which each page signed, was instead submitted to Detective Sergeant Daniel Hunt at 9:44 that night. When Mr. Grace O'Neill came down to Andover Police Station the next day, he saw a number of pages had not been signed. Mr. Bryan added he had signed some blank pages, but some of the pages in the witness statement had not been signed by him. Those not signed by him had been forged. He thought he had signed between 5 to 10 pages. The court heard Mr. Grace O'Neill said he had signed pages 1 to 6 as the interview went along, but then signed approximately 9 blank pages before leaving. However, DC Ferro served in the British Army and Royal Navy before joining Hampshire Constabulary in 2001, denied signing any of the pages himself. When questioned by IOPC officers, DC Ferro claimed the witness had signed every page and that he had 2 extra signed blank pages which he tore up and disposed of in confidential waste. He told the police it was his suggestion of signing so he could leave because he didn't want to leave his phone. He said he just wanted to get it over and done with there and then. He signed all the blank statement forms. I didn't sign any statement forms. Originally from Liverpool, DC Ferro, who was working as part of the Operation Amberstone, Hampshire Police's Serious Sexual Offences Unit, based in Portsmouth at the time of the events. Sean Dyson, then 28, was jailed for life to serve a minimum of 17 years at Winchester Crown Court in December 2019 for the murder of his estranged wife, Ms. Rushton, at the family home in Andover, Hampshire, while children were at the property. He originally denied her murder and admitted a lesser charge of manslaughter, but changed his plea to guilty after the jury heard horrific details of the long history of domestic violence. Dyson was said to have become enraged by a phone call 30-year-old Ms. Rushton received from a man she had been in a relationship with. The couple, who got together in 2010 and married 40 years later, after eloping to Gretna Green, frequently argued and had split by the beginning of 2019. 6 months after their toxic relationship ended, Dyson demanded his wife swallow her wedding ring before launching a murderous assault on her in her home. Dyson repeatedly stamped and jumped on her body in a prolonged and severe attack in June 2019. She had been dead for some time before deciding to dial 999, claiming Ms. Rushton had drowned. So there you go, another one gone. A bit more serious than a lot of other ones, but there you go. It's from the Daily Fail, but you know, we've all got crosses to bear, haven't we? Okay, monkeys, if you could like, comment, subscribe, that'd be fantastic. Let me know what you think down below, and I'll catch you later. Stay safe.